What up, though, homies and homies? This is your homeboy 𝗃𝘂𝗹𝘁, and welcome back. I promised y'all I would keep these things going, and I would make sure that I stayed busy with you guys and brought some very valuable information to the table, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm keeping up with good practice, so I'm keeping my word. It's hard to keep your word nowadays, man. You be like, yeah, I'll be down there, man. I'll be down there Thursday morning. I'll be there. Don't even worry about it. Trust me. Oh, you gonna play me like that? I told you I'm gonna be there. And then here come Thursday morning. He's calling their phone, man. I'll never answer. You know what I'm saying? You know they land right next to their phone. Anyway, fellas, check this out, man. I told you guys I was going to bring a tutorial about fonts. Font sizes. I want to make this darker. Actually, this is not a art tutorial here. This is a strictly font, strictly wording, strictly text. Something that you can use and go by as a template. We're gonna make a template. And the reason why templates is cool, especially for cases like if you really in the business of doing flyers and you have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to do them often, fast, this and the other. It's good to have a text template to just be there so that you can strictly concentrate strictly on your art. You know what I'm saying? So now the other thing about layouts and texts and things like that, there is balances. There is weight. So you want to consider the balance, placement. You want to consider the weight of the font. How heavy should the font be? You want to consider the contrast. So on this one, we're going to kind of concentrate on weight and contrast and things like that. But and we're going to kind of be kind of generalized. You know what I'm saying? We're going to kind of be general as far as like what we put. So we're going to, you know, for example, we'll say something like such and such presents. So we'll say something like your company presents. Okay, so that's pretty much the standard, and they all change, they all vary, right? But we say something like your company presents. Now, we would use a typical font that would typically be up there. Your company. So what I'm gonna call it, let's see, placeholder ink. Or no, it's usually entertainment. So placeholder entertainment presents. Now, a lot of times you don't want that part intrusive. So the size of it generally would be like so. Now, obviously it's really dull it down. So when you think of size and color and things like that, so we looking like this. Placeholder presents. Okay, so you want something contrasty. You want it out the way, but you also want it readable. So with all that being said, and then it still depends on the style of the entire flyer too. Now we do keep that in mind. But again, what we're trying to do right now is have a placeholder, a template. They can all be adjusted. The fonts, the types, everything can be adjusted after the entire design is put together, because each design is going to require a different type of font, different quality font. So sizing. So this is a decent size here. It's not intrusive, but it's there. I would probably make it a little not so bright, right? Kind of blend it in a little bit, right? Depending again on the art. If we got a red highlight going on there or a gold highlight, then this could easily be gold. Let's give that a try. Let's just make that gold. And for the sake of what we're doing here, let's just pull up. Let me see if I already got something pulled. Let's see here. Okay, so just for the sake of what we're doing here, we're gonna just throw in something. Let's see, maybe the king crown, something here. What's the matter? Why you not opening up, fam? Don't give me a hard time. All right, hold on. All right, so I really was not trying to do this. So I'm really like literally slapping something together, like, you know, like with no effort. So don't trip. Anything hard is out of here. Like that's out of here. But we could drag our king thing in the middle. And again, this is like strictly for training purposes only, man. Like, please don't judge this at all. We'll put some bottles in there. We already know the bottles can go left and right for symmetry. A little bit of symmetry in there. So we'll pop that down and tilt that, and you know, just for symmetry. Who cares, right? Put it behind the crown. Make another one. Flop it. You know, to flip it horizontal. Shift, slide it. It could have went a little faster than that. Anyway, gold bricks. Some bricks in there. Put it up top. And lay it here for symmetry. Make another one. Flop it. And I would love if you guys can get on this level. I mean, like literally slapping not slapping tutorials, slapping flyers out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, tutorials too, shoot, hey. And then the ball here, you know, we gotta have the ball, get the ball, bink. And, I don't know, where the ball go? Behind the thing, make it bigger, make it the boss ball. Yeah, put it behind everything, right? Boom. You know, just a little center something. And what else I got? Oh, that's it. Need a girl. All right, I said we needed a girl, but this time I added a guy. Look at that. Fitty. Now, who fit? Now, that's Empire. No, I mean, that's Power, right? With all the gold. But anyway, so we got, okay. All right, am I overdoing it? I think so, because I'm impelled to do a little more. Hold on, man. See, that's why you can't get... I told y'all I was going to get on your... I told y'all I was going to get on your nerves about this. That's exactly what I'm getting on my own nerves. Give me another level. Let me shrink this down. Take that off of there. Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. Where they do that at? Give me gold, baby. Make it bigger. Sheesh. Look at that. That's just stupid dumb. So anyway, man, we really losing. Man, might as well add. What else we got? Man, look at that. Oh, this really gonna be one of them like 2-second ones, dog. Straight up. Look at that. That's just ludicrous. All right. So anyway, here, let me go and erase that. And then we can finally get back to where the heck I was. All right, that's cool. That's cool. So anyway, now that we got a little something going on here, again, it's about the font. So let's take this and we see we could change the color here, because again, we want the contrast, and I think that might be too much gold. But again, don't judge me on this this tutorial. I mean, don't judge me on the art design. Just, you know, we're talking about placement, text placements and things like that. So you're always going to have a theme here. So we can say something like the theme would be in here. And right now I'm just going to make a, you know what, here. What I'm going to do for now, we're going to do a gold ribbon. Here, we had already pulled it up. But then we're going to do a gold ribbon here, right there. Yeah, right. Can I copy that? And can I paste it? Yes, good. All right. So that's just going to be an empty little placeholder for the theme. Again, this is the theme, right? Y'all gonna have a little thing. Well, we could put that on top, I guess. Yeah. And let's remove these here. So deselect, and so now we got the theme here. So this could be a birthday party, it could be a anniversary, it could be a, you know, something. You want to move these around here or whatever, right? You know, I don't know if 50 Cent wants some girls. You want some girls, 50? You want some bras? Where them bras at? All right, so we move it up because you want your artwork pretty much always going to kind of be like centered here. So if I was to use like a grid to show you, let me see, a new guide, and we'll pull the guide horizontal first. So you will want your middle to be like here, and then let's pull another guide, new guide, horizontal. So your artwork always going to generally be in this bracket here. Look at that. Look at in this space, right? Also here, let me get some other guides here. New guide, we'll do that vertical. Boom. And somewhere in between here, right? All right, everything else is supposed to fall off and cut, right? And let's make another one more. Boom. So your main meat is all up in there. You see that? We might could push it down, maybe, but that's the primary space. So that's really what you're looking to cover. That's really it. If things spill over, cool, but keep in mind that they're going to be cutting this much off, that much off, like a 1/4 or something like that. And then one more guide, and that's going to be not vertical. Undo that. Undo. Another guide is horizontal, and there's going to be some art space. So that's going to be everything here. So everything in this box, and your width of the information here should be like so. So let's see, new guide, vertical again. So it should be like this, right? You see what a flyer is, but you see the space in here. So it's like I don't know if you guys is familiar with TV, but with TV, they have like a title areas. So you always got to have your spacing proper. If you're watching this, you probably already know, but some people don't know. You know, I didn't know when I first started. I didn't know what the DPI was. Well, what resolution should we have? 72, 600, 300? What the heck do that mean? Do it make a difference? Yes, it does. Yes, it do. But anyway, this is the bracket here. So now we want to fit all of our information within these confines. Like no matter what, you really don't want to push them past here. That is the balance, right? That's the balance of things. You see? We can even spread a little something, but you'll notice how much space this placeholder is away from there, right? And if we really want to be truthful, you really ain't really got that much space. You know what I mean? Here, let me put another guideline here. Really it's supposed to go, but see, a lot of times we're doing flyers and we sharing it on Facebook and stuff like that, but it really supposed to be like that. So honestly, that should be like that, because when they get to cutting, man, they get to cutting. When they cut your stuff, if you want to print it up, man, they chopping off all your artwork, fam. They need bleed area. So this is what it is. Now, I'm not 100% accurate because I'm not doing a job right now. But if I was doing the job, I would be more accurate as far as the, where you can text and where the artwork should be. And you should always have a safe zone where you put your text. So this box here is art. All this here is art. Everything else is information. And this just generalized, you know what I'm saying? So like, for example, here we can put like a fun little box here, right? So we're gonna hold shift, make a little circle, and this circle could be some other little information, you know, like a date or time or place, or extra, DJ such and such is going to be there. Let's see, what color can we use? Or pick something out of there, maybe a little brighter. DJ such and such, DJ so and so, you know what I mean? Here, I could probably put the ribbon there. I don't know, but anywho, so those are the rules, those are the guidelines. So it's cool to put like a little placeholder on the Sunset Entertainment represents. Then you always want that's the main theme. So I'm gonna just call this theme, and we'll make that. We ain't about to do no graphic, no artwork or nothing like that. We're just gonna slap that together here, call that theme, right? We'll contrast that I always want to do contrast. So contrast on that is black. So we'll make that black. That's the contrast. Now, so why is contrast so important to you? Because you want to be able to read it without effort. So that's the theme. And now we can move on to, okay, so where, what, when? Okay, so Saturday, July the 16th, you know what I mean, 2018, okay? No, I ain't throwing no party July, I'm just doing a tutorial, fam. But I'll throw a party if y'all want me to, man. Yeah, T, when you throw a party, man, I'll be there, I'm telling you, I'll drive up there, man, I'm telling you. Okay, cool. That's all I needed was y'all work. All right, so now we're working with some colors and some ideas. So we want to contrast it. So probably higher yellow, little yellow here, right? Want to go back and forth, maybe a little lighter, maybe, right? Okay. You want to be able to read it. You never want to put the fonts and text and things like that over things. Another kind of rule here. Another rule. Usually when you're using serifs, like these little edges, or those little spikes, you usually kind of want to use that entire theme in your whole setup, right? That's kind of like a rule. You want things to kind of be cohesive. So usually this is kind of like important. This is like Bible or newspaper. You know, they use these type of fonts for more important information. You know, like this is more important, this is serious. So that's why they would use this. Any other time they would kind of just use, you know, non-serif or serif or whatever you want to call it. They would use a non-serif, a serif, or, you know, and then that way you're more safe to kind of play on fonts. You can play more around with fonts. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can blend both of them, but generally they don't really do it like that. Well, not they, but that's the kind of like the general rule for, you know, for the whole thing. So we're going to concentrate on more on size, not necessarily font, because again, fonts change. Fonts change depending on what you're trying to do. A lot of times you really never want to use fancy fonts unless it's clearly readable. It should be clearly readable. So you're not going to really use like a fancy font like this is more of a fancy font. That's not clearly readable. That should kind of be like almost like a theme font. Other times like this okay, but you know, look, the number fonts is different from the, you know, from the lettering fonts. That's fancy. This is definitely fancy. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be careful the type of fonts you pick. You can't just pick any type of font to throw out there. So a lot of times you really want to kind of stick with the basics. 𝗵𝗲 New is really a good one because it's thin, it's readable, it's balanced to the eyes, right? And it's bold without being in the way. It's not intrusive, and it's informative. It's there. It's information. Sometimes if you want to get sexy, this is how you get sexy. You do it by getting a simple font, but fine, thin font, something like Adequate, or so let's see how that looks. Something like that. That's kind of spaced out for my own personal taste, or something like there was another one here I just seen, Antipasta. That's a really nice, good, clean one. That's serious. And then what you can do, like you can put emphasis on, like for example, July. So you probably can change that to like that, and then make that bold. So you say something like Saturday, July 16th, and you go in there and make the 16th the same, because you want them to know those dates, and you want that bold. 16th, and this is a little kind of more, you know, more fussy professional stuff. Like I want it small, but then I want to push it up here, you know, and that's kind of being fussy, but that's a like little bit of extra, right? But see, we got our template kind of moving. Now you see how it looks. like it matches. It's not sticking out. It look good. It blends well with the page. Let me remove these. So I just want you to have a visual memory of where these are placed, right? So I think, how you delete these? I forget.